lari ke segelinang padang akan berjaya mengawal bola dengan baik.
Menggunakan sama-sama. Tekanlah bersama-sama.
Hi, we are represent Group 15 for topic Multiculturalism in Ola Bola. So let's start.
Okay, so we start with introduction of Malaysian Cinema and Ola Bola. Do you guys know what is Malaysian Cinema and Ola Bola is? So Malaysia does not have a prominent world cinema ranking. In 1933, Singapore produced the first Malay film titled Laila Majnun. The film was directed by B.S. Rajahan and produced by S.M. Christie. The realistic trends in the cinema started to appear in the 1950s, and the film began to adopt more positive themes. It was due to the entry of innovation Filipino film director and film producer into the cinema. As of the 1960s, the number of Malay citizens participating in the direction of film has steadily increased. During this time, a third studio came into existence, namely Merdeka Studio. So, in the independent phase of the Malay cinema, the majority of the film directors and writers were Malay, and the number of Chinese and Indian film directors declined steadily. Okay, we move to Ola Bola, which is a well-received film by Malaysian, was produced by one of Malaysia's largest film company, which is Astro Shaw. Ola Bola is a fictional film based on the real events set during the turbulent economic times of the 1980s. Next, the language we use in the film are the common language spoken among Malaysians. Lastly, Ola Bola was filmed at many areas in Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, Perak, Penang, Johor and Sabah, including historical landmarks.
Okay, now let's move on to the discussion of the topic. First, cross-cultural interaction. Throughout the film, there are plenty of scenes that show interaction among various races. The bonding between Tauqi and Rahman, Tauqi and his teammates, Mutu and Ali, Achai and Abu, football commentators and public at the funfair. For example, when Mutu's brother are admitted to hospital due to an accident, Tauqi borrowed a car from Rahman to send Mutu to the hospital. Mutu scolded by his brother for being careless, and his father ranted at Mutu for not being around and blamed him for the accident. Tauqi stayed with Mutu until he was comforted. Next, conversation between Rahman and Tauqi are another cross-cultural dimension where both of them did not show any form of racial discrimination. Rahman freely expressed his thoughts and constantly motivated Tauqi to play the role of the team's captain responsibly. Furthermore, to portray the communication between various races, common themes like acceptance, tolerance, trust, hard work, and chasing dreams together were shown. When these values are shared among various races, it allows the audience to be able to relate it to their daily friendship.
Second, multilingual dialogues. The usage of multiple languages indirectly portrayed the appealing aspect of living in a multiracial country. The usage of multiple languages in this film showed respect for all the different communities, though it might have been better if Tamil had also been used in the opening title and during credits.
Okay, next we will discuss about portrayal of minority community. First character is Tauqi. Tauqi determines to lead his team as a good captain and at the same time assist his family by doing odd jobs in order to support the family financially. He has 3 younger sisters and was brought up by a single mother who is aging. His sister Mei Ling also made a big sacrifice by not continuing her education overseas despite getting straight A's in her exam. Besides, knowing that he turned down the offer to play with a club in England so that he can be a champion in his country can be an inspiration for many younger generation. Next character is Rahman. Rahman, who is a father of twin daughters and a third child on the way, is from a middle-class background. The struggle Rahman faces in his career while also trying to care for his family is intense. He and his family are very close, and the scenes of him spending time practicing his skills with his daughters are heartwarming.
Okay, so there are 4 remaining representations of multiculturalism in Ola Bola. The first one is interracial and religious comfort in private and public spheres. Okay, so in Malaysia there are different races, but it does not affect the contrasting religions in the country. Team members have seen having a friendly conversation, smiling wide to each other, signifying attachment and pleasure between them. So in this scene is when Ola Bola celebrated among the multiracial national football team after earning a goal for Malaysia at the stadium, where they were against South Korea. Next is interracial and religious social trust. So the spirit to win for the country and the people comes alive within all the team members as they had made mistake earlier. They know that they could trust and rely on each other to win the important match of their careers. In the film, they portray social trust for each other. The next is embracing colorblindness or diversity. The vigorous training has made the entire team realize that there is only one way to succeed in the qualifier, and that is by working together as one team with the same spirit. A representation of embracing diversity and acceptance in the army-style training scene where the teammates help each other pass through an obstacle. Lastly is the interracial friendship. In this movie, the companionship amongst Toke and Rahman is additionally an extraordinary type of multicultural portrayal. But in this scene, it shows Toke as the captain, responsibility as leader by looking out for his one teammate Mutu. Toke attentively listens to Mutu as he explains about his difficult situation.
So now, let's take a look at the recommendation. There are several recommendations such as more studies on local films should be conducted. This to increase the information because until today there are still gaps to be filled and identified. After that, more content analysis based on Ola Bola. This can help to expand the perspective on the movie by various researchers. And lastly, other multicultural elements can be used to be tested, and quantitative methods can be used to analyze the impact on audience. So, let's end our video with the conclusion. As the conclusion, Ola Bola is a great film that portrays the elements of multicultural or Malaysianness as a whole through the spirit of sports. It should be produced more in order to serve the community. In this way, this will be a reference point for the generation in the future. Besides that, the success achieved by this film should encourage more filmmakers to produce films that portray multiculturalism. From the discussion, it can be concluded that the success of a film is not always about the star power of the actor or director, but the other factors that filmmakers should capitalize on for the marketing campaigns to use. That's all from us. Thank you.